Who are you voting for?
One, I urge everyone to register. Two, this is the first time ever I actually think I'm going to be transparent about who I'm going to be voting for.
Damn.
Not on this podcast. I'm not going to give you that exclusive. No, I'm kidding. No, because I still don't know. Because I want to wait till everyone...
Where are you going to put this? Politics? Or your...
No, I'll maybe
Instagram?
Go on Twitter or Instagram or something like that. I mean...
Oh, good luck on Twitter, dude.
No one cares about my advice. But in what I'm trying to get to is once everyone... Like, I don't understand the people who now have a president in their head if none of the presidents have talked about their platforms. And so I will only make a decision once I'm informed with everyone's platforms. What exactly do you want to do for the country? And a lot of the times, yeah, a lot of that's bullshit. It's basically to convince you to vote for them. But it does give you an idea of how they're going to build their cabinet, how they're going to build their government, and what they stand for and what they want to do. And I think it's so important for everyone to listen to that first before actually making a choice. And I think the most important thing, though, and this is why you say Twitter, be careful with Twitter. How do you convince someone to vote your way? Or how do you convince someone to to share your opinion?
No, well, you can on Twitter.
No, okay, yeah, but
there's limited characters.
If you're having a conversation, how do you do it? You debate. You converse. You have a conversation. You have an intellectual conversation.
Intellectual conversation, which is almost impossible online.
Correct.
Which is why it's so difficult. People always ask, why don't you talk about politics online? Because it's no one wants to listen.
But I think the problem is everyone calls, if someone doesn't agree with you nowadays because of social media and Twitter, you just call that person an idiot. You say tanga, bobo.
Yeah.
Like, because apparently you're wrong, so you're dumb. And that's the worst way to make someone vote your way, because then they'll be justified. They'll be like, oh, this is why I don't like your camp, because it's so aggressive. So my message is to everyone who is voting is, one, wait for the platforms, and two, if there are people around you who are not voting the same direction as you, have conversations as to why they're voting that way and why you're voting that way, and hopefully maybe someone will switch decisions. Do you know why I decided to vote this year? And previously I didn't, because I didn't think my vote really mattered back in 2016, because I always felt like people were cheating. And so I was like, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, at the end of the day, someone's going to cheat and someone's going to win. But 2016 has proved that Duterte won. He won. He was voted by the people. And everyone in Manila and everyone on Twitter, what were they saying during the election? There's no way Duterte's going to win. And he won. So it shows you that the Philippines is bigger than Manila. So people in Manila have to look outside, look in Mindanao, look in the north, and talk to those people. What do those people want, and why are they voting in a different direction than you? And once you start understanding them, then maybe you'll be able to sway them into voting for your candidate. And again, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm just saying you need all that to happen to have political discourse. The biggest political discourse in the Philippines is you're either DDS or Dilawan. We're not a two-party system. Like, we're not Republican Democrats. So why does everyone paint it that way? We have lots of different parties. We're going to have 6 or 7 presidential bets.
Nakasama ninyo laban sa kahirapan.
Buong-buo ang loob ko ngayon.
I will welcome criticism.
Ang tama ay paglalaban at ang mali ay lalabanan.
Na magpapatuloy sa legacy ng ating Pangulong Duterte.
Sama-sama tayong babangon muli.
And yeah, that's why for me, the aggressiveness of one particular side always pushes me away from them. When, like, their goal is to get us on their side.
Correct.
But they're so bad at doing it. Mm-hmm. This is why, like, you know, the woke Twitter area, we initially, for the most part, we have a lot of the same views. But because they're so aggressive and dogmatic, and if you don't believe in 100% of everything they believe in, then they turn you into an enemy.
It's something that, unfortunately, it's hard to kind of call people out on, because all they're going to do is get even more defensive. And what's funny is that you see people on, you call it woke Twitter, but that represents what?
It's a really,
2% of the voting population?
Yeah, it's really small.
But they're the loudest, right?
They're the loudest.
It's really important for them, and I hope they do understand that you need a different tactic, because that's a tactic that was used in 2016 and obviously ended up in a way that a lot of people didn't necessarily like.
So, of the available options now, who are you going to vote for? If you liked what you saw and you want to listen to the full episode, then download Spotify and follow us at Superhuman with Will Dasovich. It's completely free, it's linked below and easy to use.